They say football changes fast. Dynasties fall, styles fade, and giants eventually stumble. But every once in a while, a club exists that doesn't just survive change, it feeds on it. A club that turns pressure into power, expectation into fuel. Bayern Munich are not just a football team. They are a force, a machine, a standard. And season after season, no matter the noise, the doubts, or the criticism, Bayern Munich remind the world why they are built to be unstoppable. This is not about one season. This is not about one manager, one superstar, or one tactical trend. This is about a culture that has been forged over decades. A culture that demands dominance, enforces excellence, and refuses to accept mediocrity. When Bayern Munich step onto the pitch, they do not ask for permission. They impose their will. From the very first whistle, you feel it. The tempo, the aggression, the intent. Bayern don't wait to see how a game develops. They decide how it will be played. They press high, move the ball quickly, and suffocate opponents with relentless waves of attack. Every pass has purpose. Every run has meaning. Every player knows their role, and more importantly, understands the responsibility that comes with wearing the red shirt. People love to say Bayern are too strong for their league. But that argument misses the point. Bayern didn't become dominant because others were weak. Others became weak because Bayern raised the bar so high. Competing with Bayern means perfection. 90 minutes of focus. No mistakes. No fear. And even then, it often isn't enough. What makes Bayern truly terrifying is balance. Power and precision. Experience and youth. Discipline and freedom. They can win ugly or beautiful. They can dominate possession or destroy you on the counter. If you sit deep, they'll break you down. If you press high, they'll play through you. If you make one mistake, just one, they punish you without mercy. Look at their midfield control. Bayern's midfield is the heartbeat of the team. It dictates rhythm, tempo, and intensity. They recycle possession calmly, then suddenly explode forward with vertical passes that cut defenses open. It's chess at high speed, and Bayern are always 3 moves ahead. They don't panic. They don't rush. They wait, they probe, and when the opening appears, they strike. Out wide, Bayern are ruthless. Their wingers don't just hug the touchline, they attack defenders relentlessly. One-on-one situations are not a challenge, they are an invitation. Pace, skill, and confidence combine to stretch defenses until they snap. Fullbacks overlap with precision, turning wide areas into constant danger zones. Opponents are forced deeper and deeper, pinned in their own half.
I'm defending now against the winger. The moment come to my line, I have to be sure that I'm on the line of the defender, or he has to, so that he is offside, or I have to adapt, play to him. I go and I can be aggressive. So manage that distance so you can always be aggressive, boys. Yeah.
Praying for relief that rarely comes. And then there's the attack. Bayern's forwards play with hunger. Real hunger. The kind that never disappears, even after trophies, even after records, even after history has already been made. Goals are not celebrated as achievements, but as expectations fulfilled. Missed chances hurt. Not because they cost points, but because perfection was momentarily delayed. But Bayern's dominance isn't only about attacking. It's about mentality. When they concede, they don't fold. They respond. When they're doubted, they grow stronger. When critics speak of decline, Bayern answer with performances that silence entire conversations. This club does not live in fear of failure. It learns from it, adapts, and comes back sharper. Defensively, Bayern are organized, aggressive, and intelligent. They defend high, compress space, and refuse to let opponents breathe. The back line steps up with confidence, trusting the system, trusting each other. Mistakes are corrected quickly. Weaknesses are addressed ruthlessly. There is accountability at every level. The goalkeeper stands not just as a last line of defense, but as the first attacker. Distribution is quick, positioning is bold, and leadership is constant. At Bayern, even the goalkeeper understands the philosophy. Control the game, not just react to it. What truly separates Bayern from everyone else is consistency. Other teams rise and fall. Bayern sustain. Seasons change, players come and go, managers rotate, but the identity remains. Winning isn't a goal, it's a requirement. Finishing second isn't almost. It's failure. That pressure would crush most clubs. At Bayern, It forges monsters. European nights are where Bayern's aura becomes impossible to ignore. Under the floodlights, against the best teams in the world, Bayern don't shrink. They grow. History weighs heavy in those moments, and Bayern use it as armor. They've been here before. They know what it takes. And when the margins are thin, experience becomes decisive. Opponents talk about containing Bayern, about surviving the first 20 minutes. That alone tells you everything. You don't plan to beat Bayern, you plan to endure them. And endurance is not enough. Eventually, the pressure breaks you. A lapse in concentration. A misplaced pass. A half-second late. Bayern are already there. Even when Bayern are not at their absolute best, they still win. That's the most frightening part. They don't need perfection to dominate. Their baseline level is higher than most teams' peak. On off days, they grind results. On good days, they overwhelm. On great days, they humiliate. Critics will always find something to question. The defense isn't perfect. The manager is under scrutiny. The league isn't competitive enough. But Bayern have heard it all before. And history shows the same pattern every time. Doubt them at your own risk. Because when Bayern click, when confidence flows, when momentum builds, they become unstoppable. Goals come in floods. Clean sheets stack up. Records fall. And suddenly, the conversation shifts from what's wrong with Bayern to who can stop them. The answer, more often than not, is nobody. This is a club that doesn't chase greatness. It expects it. A club that doesn't fear pressure. It creates it. Bayern Munich are not just part of football's elite. They define it. And as long as that mentality runs through the dressing room, through the badge, through the blood of the club, Bayern will always be what they've always been. Relentless. Ruthless. Unstoppable.